In the past century, the world has gone from this to this. What once took hundreds of workers now can be done with the flick of a switch. But as we've been developing all the technology that makes our modern world work, have we also, unknowingly, been creating a way for someone to turn it all off? Throughout history, mankind's ability to be productive was always limited to the physical capability of the workforce assigned to each task. But when mechanical technology was introduced, everything changed. The productivity of each worker was increased drastically because it was now a function of the productivity of the machine that he operated. And when we developed a machine that could compute data and run other machines, each worker's productivity increased even more. Computers proliferated, productivity skyrocketed, and then we took another historical leap. We connected all the computers. Workers were now capable of running whole sectors of society with just the click of a mouse. But while we were developing all this new mechanical and digital technology to increase our productivity, we were also unknowingly developing something else, a weakness. Workers aren't the only ones who have the ability to control these high-tech infrastructures. With the right know-how, other people who aren't interested in increasing productivity can also take control, both over operations and even over the production of components. Our new technological world had come with a new inherent danger, something called the cyber threat. Entire sectors of society could now be shut down using the same advanced networks that were created to control them. And that's not all. There is an even greater danger posed by the cyber threat. Over the years, to run all this new technology, we pieced together a computerized network of machines bigger than that of any other sector of society, something we came to call the electric power grid. If an adversary were to shut that down, it wouldn't just shut down a sector of society. It would shut down the whole thing. Every day, our modern world is becoming increasingly dependent on advanced automated technology.
Power grids, water utilities, all other critical infrastructure sectors are increasingly reliant on computers, on cyber-enabled devices, on networks.
The not automated or not technology-supported world is disappearing, and we are more and more dependent.
And as we are becoming more technology dependent, we are becoming more vulnerable to the cyber threat.
The magnitude of the threat is very well known.
Cyber is here. Those that close their eyes and say, oh, we don't know about it, this is the new normal.
The major companies and the sectors are all attacked every minute of every day.
The question is not if you will be compromised in one day or someday. The question is when.
The threat evolves daily, and the adversaries are very determined, and they know how to approach and attack your weakest link.
But even if one protects one's systems against attack, it still doesn't ensure their security.
Some sectors are much better protected than others, but the key is, where do they have a trust relationship? Who are they connected to? Is that other person as well defended and protected as they are?
Most of the company are getting their system or their services that most of them are black box. Even the spaceship of NASA, some of the components are produced by very, very small companies.
And besides vulnerabilities in the technology one uses, there are other routes that attackers can use to make their way in.
Most of the intrusions that I've seen are due to some user practicing poor network hygiene.
At the end of the day, if you are not connecting all the dots, the technology, the procedures, the people, any of those could end with a critical infrastructure or company failure.
Besides identifying all of the vulnerable routes that attackers have used in the past, in cybersecurity, one also has to identify the vulnerable routes that attackers haven't used, since the cyber threat is constantly evolving.
10 years ago, we would not even have had a conversation around this topic. And, 5 years from now, the conversation will be completely different.
Traditional organization changes policy maybe once in 5 years. In cyber, we sometimes change policy daily.
The people who think that they've got it, they're the ones that probably have the biggest risk.
But even if one does invest in comprehensive protection, one can also be endangered by other organizations who have not.
Sectors are increasingly interdependent. If Russia or China or some other potential adversary interrupts the ability of electric companies to deliver power to gas companies, then gas companies can get the fuel that power generators need to generate power.
These are all community events. So a problem in one utility, right, will have consequences for all.
The only way to truly enhance cybersecurity is if all of us enhance cybersecurity. And the only way to do that is to cooperate.
If you open a small window into the darknet, into the bad guys, their cooperation is amazing. Amazing. You know, everything is open, something happens here, all the darknet know about it. On the good guy side, the cooperation is very, very, very insufficient.
The ISAC is exactly what its name says. It is an information gathering and analytical tool. The data flows into the ISAC are absolutely critical because we're only going to be as good as the data we have to work on.
There are specialized measures that industry can take in coordination with government to raise the cyber gates, to make it more difficult for adversaries to penetrate networks, to share information more intensively based on specific intelligence, specific warning.
The sharing of data and what people are seeing is absolutely critical for success in this area. It's a whole of nation problem, and we need to work together and trust each other.
So in the same way that our evolving technology now works together to sustain us, we need to invest in our security and build our mutual trust so we can work together to sustain it.